Welcome to the first YouTube episode of Mostly Sports. I'm your host, Keon St. John. Glad to be with you. Formerly, I was on Spotify, Google Podcasts, so I got a season. I did last season there, and decided to come on over to this YouTube side and see what it's all about. So, you know, thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna be breaking down or to giving you the pregame of the Notre Dame Duke game tomorrow, college football. You see it real clear, no mistakes about it. Um, real excited about the game tomorrow. But I didn't know if we was gonna make it to this point. I didn't know if we was gonna come to or get to an opening day. So I'm happy to be there, have something to look forward to for sure. Before I get into everything, my breakdown of the game or pregame rather for tomorrow, I want to give a shout out to the Pac-12 and the Big Ten because this year is unlike any other. There's of the five major conferences, only three signed up to play, and I understand we are in a global pandemic, so things are different. But growing up in Southeast San Diego, I was once a little boy just looking forward to playing football when the fall came around, and you know, a lot of kids and young men will not have that opportunity this year. So, I feel for them. I feel for the schools in the Pac-12, the fans, the parents, the kids. I feel for the schools in the Big Ten. The Big Ten, they had, Ohio State. They was top three in the country. And Penn State is always around. I feel for them. I feel for them. I know the Pac-12 has been down lately, but, being a Notre Dame fan, obviously we play USC every year. I have a great respect for USC. All it takes is 1 year. They're still USC. So, they could have had an opportunity. Oregon was going to have a good team this year. I wanted to see what Arizona State was going to do with Herm Edwards. I wanted to see if Chip Kelly could get UCLA back up. But, it's a lot of kids, man. It's a lot of kids, a lot of high schools, a lot of colleges, D1, D2, D3, private school, junior college, all that's going to be missing out this year. And I feel for them. I don't know what I would do if I would, be a 16-year-old boy right now in California looking forward for my season, and then it just go away. I wouldn't know what to do. So my heart goes out to them, but I'm sure as hell happy that Notre Dame is going to play. Let's get to it. Notre Dame pregame versus Duke. Obviously, with any team, first things first is the quarterback. Because if your quarterback is effective, then you have a chance to win. So, Ian Book is Notre Dame's quarterback, returning starter. Last year, he threw for 3,000 yards and 3,034 yards, 34 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He had a good year. Obviously, he had a couple down games, but he's a human. It happens. It just sucks. It did when it did, and it sucks the team wasn't able to overcome it. Last year had a tough time at Duke. And had a tough. And actually, he played pretty well at Georgia. Still lost that game, but he played okay. He didn't play too bad, but he played horrible versus Michigan last year at Michigan. But he only has 3 losses his whole time at Notre Dame. He started last year and this year, and half of the year before that. So I'm real excited to see him coming back, 5th year. So it's good to have a veteran and somebody that you trust and that can kind of lead the way, especially in these unsure times of this year. So, Ian Book, number 12, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's about, what he's got going on. I think he's going to have a good season. I look forward to him, seeing him not make many mistakes, seeing him take control of the inexperience at the wide receiver position, and also at the running back position, really taking control of that and leading the way. So Ian Book, it starts off with him. I think he's gonna have a good game. I think he's gonna do it. And he should. This is just Duke. Play Clemson later on in the year. Got some tough games later on down the line, North Carolina. So this is just a warm up, the prelude, and until till we get further down the season. And we'll see what can happen. I'm looking forward to it. Running back coming back. Like I said, we don't have a whole lot of returning starters. Ian Book, that's great. Obviously, returning starter on offense. Got some returning. The offensive line is returning back. That's great. But we are young and not necessarily young, but inexperienced in a lot of other key skill positions. At running back, Kyron Williams gets the nod this year. Last year it was Tony Jones. Obviously he graduated, got drafted. He made a roster. I don't know if he's on the team, but I think he made the practice squad. So he's getting a check and he's getting a shot. Good luck to Tony Jones Jr. Hopefully he can get it going. But Kyron Williams gets the nod, and what the word was that he had a real good off season. He changed his body. He's gotten faster. He's gotten stronger, and that's what I like to. That's what I like to hear. So look forward to him. But it's always running back by committee, backing up with what I think I'm going to see. I think I'm going to see Sebo Flemister behind him. Sebo Flemister, running back. He runs hard. He runs just like his name, Sebo. He runs like his name is Sebo. He runs hard. I love the way the kid plays with a lot of heart, keeps fighting. I really would love to see him get some extended carries this year. And behind him is going to be the freshman, Chris Tyree, 4-star running back out of Virginia. He's a baller. He's a little guy, but he's strong and he's fast. So be on the lookout for Chris Tyree. You heard it here first. Chris Tyree. He's going to be big for Notre Dame this year. Only thing that can stop him is injury. Trust me. The kid can go. Trust me. Chris Tyree, true freshman out of Virginia, number 25. All right. Wide receivers. Now, obviously, lost a lot last year with Chris Fink and Chase Claypool. He's a star. He got drafted by the Steelers. He's going to ball out for them. Steelers stay getting Notre Dame players, if you didn't know. But, this year coming back, Javon McKinley. Now Javon McKinley, he's a veteran, but he still is fairly inexperienced. He hasn't gotten a lot of play on the field. He's a junior this year. But, this is what you train for. You wait for your opportunity. You do what you're told until you get your opportunity. Then when you get your opportunity, you got a chance to shine. Right now, Javon McKinley has a chance to shine. And I've seen him be good. I've seen him disappear. So, he has the skill to be a factor and to be a weapon. He just has to be consistent and do it. And, this is his time to do it. Javon McKinley. Kevin Austin. Now, he's going to get a whole lot of playing time, Javon McKinley, because Kevin Austin is hurt. Kevin Austin is hurt, and he should be back, I think in about a month or so. He should be back. So, if he was starting and, Javon McKinley would still get some playing time, but Kevin Austin is the guy. He's a star. Just haven't seen him quite do his thing, his 1-2, his Dougie all over the field yet, but, hopefully he can come back, within a month, 3 games or so into the season and give big contributions. Hopefully he has the same effect that Dexter Williams had that year. A couple of years ago, Dexter Williams, he missed the first 4 games of the year, and then he came back, and he still ran for like 1,000 yards. He balled out. He was a huge factor in the wins that Notre Dame got. He played 4 games. I mean, missed 4 games that year. Was suspended. I mean, you get in trouble at Notre Dame, they're gonna suspend you. Ain't no question about it. But when he came back in, it was time for him to ball. He balled out so much, ended up getting drafted by the Packers. So, you know, hopefully Kevin Austin can have that same effect when he comes back. Also, who's going to get a real good opportunity is the grad transfer Bennett. Excuse me if I pronounce your name wrong, brother. Skonerick. Bennett Skonerick transferred from Northwestern, wide receiver, big, strong, and I heard he's had a good summer, good spring, and is looking to make a contribution. Now, I really, really like these grad transfers. These are kids that come in on their, 5th year normally, already graduated, already have a degree, and, he's not going to want to get out here and party. He's going to be comfortable in going to school, going to practice, going home. That's why I like. Now, every grad transfer is not created the same, obviously, but I like them mostly because most of the time they're very, very mature, and they could be a leader, and they could be a positive influence on the younger kids on the team. The freshmen that's coming in, and that's what you want. You want a guy that's gonna come in, and just like you got a circle. Anybody coming to that circle, just play your part and be good. Don't be extra, don't be loud. Just play your part and fit in, and that's what he's done. So watch out for him too. Now I got my eye on Braden Lindsey. Braden Lindsey is the speedster out of Oregon. This is his junior year. He's super, super fast, but I heard he had an okay spring and summer. He missed some time, so and how it goes when you playing team sports. I know from my experience playing football that sometimes really, really good players get in the coach's doghouse, and I hope it's not a situation like that, because really he has the skill set really to be a starter. He should be starting. He's a baller. He's a game changer, but he's not. But still, hopefully he plays, and hopefully he can get out the coach's doghouse and be a contributor to the season. Braden Lindsey, number 20. Excuse me. He switched his number. He was number 25 last year. This year he'll be number 0. I got my eye on him. Tight ends. Now, we got like 5 tight ends. I'm not going to give you all 5 of them. Tommy Tremble, Brock Wright. Those are the 2 I think is going to get the balls to catch. We got the other 2 tight ends, a couple freshmen, big body dudes come in, help block. But Tommy Tremble, I think he's going to do something. I think Tommy Tremble's going to do something this year. Now, I think he's going to do exactly what Cole Kmet did. Cole Kmet was the tight end last year, got drafted in the NFL. I think Tommy Tremble has a good skill set. He's big, strong, and fast, and he just needs to catch the ball. He needs to catch the ball, and if Notre Dame has a good season, he's going to go. He's going to put himself in a good opportunity to get drafted. So, Tommy Tremble and, Brock Wright, let's go. Let's go. Like I said, it's going to be several times where it's going to be 2, 3, and even sometimes 4 tight ends out there. So, we're pretty hefty on the tight ends, but those 2 I think will be getting the majority of the catches. Safety. Now here we go. Safety is going to be starting. It's going to be Kyle Hamilton and Sean Crawford. Now I want to talk to you about Kyle Hamilton. I like Kyle Hamilton. For the record, I like Crawford too, and I'll tell you why. Kyle Hamilton, though, star, true sophomore, out of Georgia, 6'4", about 220 pounds. He went to Marist High School in Georgia. It's a Catholic school out there. Actually, Notre Dame got him from, or was battling with Georgia on recruiting him, and they won out and got him. Now, he is a star. Like, sometimes 5-star players come in and they don't always pan out, right? And then sometimes 5-star players come in and they're everything that you read about. They're everything that you hoped they would be. That's him. That's him. He came in last year as a true freshman, tearing up the summer before the season even started, tearing up the summer, tearing up fall camp. He had like, you know, 10 interceptions in the fall. I heard some people say it was 12, 13, but he was balling. He was balling, right? So I'm hearing all that, and then season come, and guess what? He's everything that I thought he was going to be. 6'4", long, good feet, good hips, change direction very, very well. Very athletic. Like I said, 6'4", so he got good length on him. His arms is long. He's making plays. He's not afraid to come down in the box and make a hit. Kyle Hamilton is that dude. Sean Crawford. Now this is some of my concern right here. Sean Crawford I think it's actually his 6th year, because he's been hurt. He's been hurt, like he's probably missed like, I think, 3 seasons due to injuries. He tore ACL. He tore an Achilles. He tore another knee up. Like he's missed some seasons due to injury, but he's good. Whenever he is healthy, he contributes. He balls out. But the key is, I don't know how long he's going to be able to stay healthy. I hope, obviously, he can stay healthy throughout the season. But if Sean Crawford gets hurt, I don't know. That's where, like I said, that's my concern. That's one of my big concerns for the season, is Sean Crawford staying healthy the entire season. So hopefully he can. But if he can't, I don't know. Hopefully somebody will step up. I don't know. Because obviously, for him to win that slot, that means some of the younger guys were slacking off. You know what I'm saying? Now, he won it. He won the position, so he started. But some of the younger guys, I think, didn't step up and take it. But hopefully, with him getting the nod, that he can, lead the way and give them, the young boys, some confidence. So when they come in, that they, aren't scared and is ready to contribute. So, but all in all, I like where we at. Kyle Hamilton can make plays. Sean Crawford can make plays. Let's go. Well, I want to see Houston Griffin. Houston Griffin. He was a 4-star safety corner coming in a couple years ago. I think he's a junior. I would love to see him get some action. His father actually is Howard Griffin. Howard Griffin played running back for the Broncos back in the day. I think he won a Super Bowl as well. So I would love to see him. He came in with a lot of good news behind him, and a lot of hope and hype, but it hasn't quite all the way panned out. But he still has time. Hopefully the kid doesn't get discouraged and keeps working, and when he gets his opportunity, he's ready to go. So I like that, though. So Kyle Hamilton, safeties, and Sean Crawford, and Houston Griffin is behind them, and hopefully he gets some chance, maybe a nickel or something. He can get a shot to come in there and make some plays. D-line, I like Dalen Hayes on the end. I like Kurt Hinish at the nose tackle, and I don't want to mess up his name, so I'm just going to give you his initials, his first name, Ade. He's on the other defensive end, the African brother. Like I said, I don't want to mess up his name. Eventually, I'll learn it, and I'll get it right. Ade. So on the D-line, Dalen Hayes, Kurt Hinish, Ade. Now, I really like Dalen Hayes. I'm going to talk about him real quick, defensive end. I really like him as a player. He's a good player. Obviously, he was a 5-star, I believe, at least a 4-star. 4-star out of Michigan. We beat out Michigan to pick him up. But I really, really like Dalen Hayes. I really, really, really like the maturation process that he's gone through this offseason, as far as he's become a better player. He was voted a captain of the team, which is big, obviously, because you get voted a captain, it means you got the respect of your teammates, which means that when you speak, they will listen, and that's what it's about. When you got something to say, folks they're gonna be ready for you. So, But we all know what's been going on with the social justice and everybody taking stands, as far as sports getting involved. Um, NFL got involved. Uh, my, I'm not saying how effective that has been. I wish they would do a little more, but they have gotten involved. I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about, I think Goodell. I think a lot of time he just does stuff just for good PR. I don't necessarily think that it's in his heart to be doing necessarily exactly what is supposed to be done. I think he's just doing stuff just to kind of hope this all goes away. But the players have been making huge stances and risking their position. Shout out um, obviously Colin Kaepernick, blackball from the league, and also there's another safety. Forget his name. His last name is Reed. He also been blackballed because of the stance that he made. Now, if you're good, you can take a stance. But if you're a marginal player, they might cut you. You know what I'm saying? If you okay, they might cut you. Or if you're getting a little older, they might cut you if you take that stance. So it is a risk. I know these folks, I know they're getting big money and all that. But these owners, they hate it. I can tell you that right now. So, but so that's what's been going on with social justice. Um, NBA's got involved, obviously. WNBA's gotten involved, and that trickles down to the college kids. So he's really been outspoken, David Hayes, on Black Lives Matter, um, on really just trying to be a voice of change. And I salute the kids, man. The youngins will always lead the revolution. The youngins will always be the ones to really push for change. Older people really don't care. They're just trying to survive. They're trying to go. They're trying to provide for their family. When you're young, you got all that ambition, and you got knowledge, and you ready to go. And so that's why I really like what the young kids have been doing at the colleges across the nation, and taking stances and speaking, and really, because this is a time in history that you want to be on the right side. You don't want to be dipping in and dipping out on both sides. You don't want to be this guy. I want to know what side are you on, and you want to be on the right side. And we all know what the right side is. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not a political dude. I'm just speaking as a regular person observing what's been going on, and it's real simple. And he's been on the right side, and he's been speaking up. He's been a leader in the community. He's been a leader at the university. Therefore, he's been a leader on the team. So now when you got a good player who's also been doing all this other good stuff and having good influences wherever he goes, whatever room he walks into, that's good stuff. I like that. Shout out David Hayes. I see you, boy. Get to these linebackers, starting at Buck, Shane Simon. I like Shane Simon. He finally got his shot. I think he's a junior. He's a junior. He was hurt last year, so he missed last year. I've been hearing like a whole bunch of good stuff about him for a long time, and now he finally has the opportunity to ball. So he won out the spot. Now the bad news, as far as obviously I follow the kid, so Jordan Jim Mark Heath, he got beat out for that Buck position, that strong side linebacker. He got beat out for it, and the reason why I had my eye on him was because he's from San Diego, So anytime I got my eye on the San Diego kid, I follow him as far as, and I'm always rooting for him, and I wanted to see him do well. But obviously, he got beat out, and just recently he jumped into the transfer portal, which means he left the program. He's looking for somewhere else to go. Now, I respect that he's a senior, which means he's going to get his degree in November, so he's paid his dues, he's been around, and he wants to play. I get it. You can only play football so many years before it's gone, just like that. So I get it. He wants to go somewhere and play. I wish he kind of would have stuck it out. I think he could have still got a chance to play this year. Even if you're not starting, don't mean you're not gonna play. Doesn't mean that if you're not staying ready, then you won't have to get ready. So, or excuse me, if you stay ready, then you're gonna have to get ready, and he just chose another route. So, that's that. Good luck to him. Jordan Genmark, he's from San Diego, so I have my eye on him. Obviously, I'm rooting for everything that come out of San Diego, and my heart goes out to the kid, and good luck in his future endeavors. But Shane Simon, it's on you. It's on you. Let's see what you got, man. Owosu at the Rover. He balled out last year. Number 6, Drew Wright at the middle. He played really well last year. He was a pleasant surprise. Real quick, real good feet. Not that strong, but very, very quick. So, we'll see what he about. In corner, Nick McLeod, he's gonna start on one side. He's the NC State transfer. Now I told you earlier a little bit how I like these grad transfers, because they come in, they graduated, they now looking to party on campus and tear up the town. They looking just to get to work. They just want to get to work. They want to, they working on their next degree, and they about their business. So that's real. That says a lot too for him to come in as a grad transfer and come right in starting. That can't complain. That means we needed him. That means That means that it was some room at that slot, and he came in and got right to it. Got the business. So, shout out to him, man, Nick McLeod. And Tariq Bracy and Clarence Lewis on the other corner. Now, Tariq Bracy, hopefully he can, keep it going. But I got my eye on Clarence Lewis, man. I'm always looking at you, always got your eyes on these true freshmen. When these true freshmen come in and, they already like a backup or a starter, then they came in and put in a lot of work. So Clarence Lewis, I got my eye on him too. Let's see. I want to see him get a shot. I'm not rooting against Tariq Bracy. I hope obviously he has a super season. But Clarence Lewis, wouldn't mind seeing the young kid get in there and do his thing. Been hearing good stuff about him throughout fall camp. So let's see. I already talked about my concerns as far as with Sean Crawford and the injuries, and really injuries to anyone for that matter. But Sean Crawford mainly, hopefully he can stay healthy throughout the season, because he's been at Notre Dame. Like I said, this will be his 6th year. He's maybe only played one full season, out that time. But I got a lot of respect for the kid because he keeps coming back. Every surgery, rehab, coming back. Get hurt, surgery, rehab. That takes a lot. A lot of people quit. A lot of people can't handle that. But it takes a lot to just keep coming back. That means there's a lot of fire in this kid. And, and the weird thing about it is, this year, whoever plays this year, the NCAA, they did something right. They don't do a whole lot of stuff right, but they did something right. Everybody who plays, their eligibility will not change. So if you're a freshman this year, you will be a freshman next year. You'll get an extra year of eligibility. If you're a sophomore right now, you'll be a sophomore next year. So what does that mean with Sean Crawford is that it's his 6th year, which means he can come back again next year, and that'll be 7 years. I don't know if he's gonna do that. He might want to do something else. I wouldn't be mad at him, but I wouldn't be mad if he came back either, because now we got a grown man playing. But hey, it's legal, so we'll see how it go with Sean Crawford. And my other concern is conditioning. Between with the COVID concerns this year, the players really didn't get a chance to get all of their practices in, and even more so get some rhythm going. Because obviously you get better. You keep putting good days on top of good days on top of good days. Now you're building something. But you put a good day and then you got to stop. Then you had 3 good days. Then you got to stop. Then you have a couple bad days. Then you got to stop. That's tough. That's tough to get that rhythm. That's tough to keep it going. So hopefully their conditioning will be good, and we'll be able to tell that by like the third or fourth quarter, if they getting tired or if they revved up. But I trust Coach Bayless. Matt Bayless is the strength and conditioning coach, and he is a mother. You hear me? He, hey, hey, he had them boys working. He had them boys running, lifting. The little short, swole man with the voice of a bear, and he gets it going. He motivates the kids well. Really, Notre Dame has changed so much when um, when Brian Kelly hired Matt Balis as a strength and conditioning coach. That was a huge, huge hire. So, but like I said, it's tough when you got to stop. It's tough when it's shutdowns. But, hopefully, I trust him that he got them boys ready. And, as far as, I'm not going to talk a lot about Duke. They're not ranked, so I won't speak much about them. If you're ranked, then I'll break you down. But if you're not, then, I'll give you a little bit. They do got Chase Bryce, which is the the transfer from Clemson. He backed up Trevor Lawrence at Clemson, and obviously, Trevor Lawrence is a superstar, so, he left. And he's over here starting at Duke, and he's not a bad player. So, I'm a little worried about him, and because you got David Cutcliffe, which is obviously the head coach at Duke, but he's calling plays now. Calling plays again. He didn't call plays last year. He gave it up. But now, this year they didn't have a good season last year, so this year he came back to it. He came back, and so now he's calling plays again. So, and he's a good player. He's known in the college football circles as the quarterback whisperer. He was the quarterback coach at Tennessee when Peyton Manning was there. So he's been around, and he has a lot of experience, and he's a good play caller. He's a good offensive coach. So, I'm sure he'll have a couple tricks up his sleeve, and Notre Dame's gonna have to be ready for that. And I believe obviously they will. But I don't necessarily count out completely David Cutcliffe and the quarterback Chase Bryce. So hopefully we can get some pressure on him and make it tough on him. So we'll see how it go. Tune in tomorrow to NBC 1:30, Notre Dame versus Duke. Very excited. Like I said, didn't know we was gonna be here, but we are, and I'm thankful. Predictions real quick. I think Notre Dame's gonna have a good game, and it's gonna be a blowout, but not completely. But I got it 42-20. Got it 42-20. Just covering the spread. The spread is 20. But we'll see. And that's it. So if Notre Dame has a real good offensive game, then they'll be able to score 42 points. They're going to win the game. The question is by how much. If they don't have a good game, they can end up with like 30 points or like 28 or something. So, we'll see. But have a good offensive game, skilled players, offensive line, playing well. They should be able to do it. They should be able to get something going. 42-20 Notre Dame. Yeah, that's what I got. So, this was the first episode. If you tuned in, thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all gonna be seeing me, man. Y'all gonna be seeing me. So, thank you for your time. God bless. Kiss your kids.